Hello guys, this is Blue Wolf Productions and I am here to bring you guys another video. And in this video I wanted to talk about my experience with the Berserk manga as well as the 3 Golden Age movies. So this will not be a very scripted video at all. It's just really going to be me kind of like talking about my experiences with Berserk and just how I feel about it. So I recently started Berserk, I want to say a week ago or 2 weeks ago, because I had it on my shelf for a while and I was very curious about it. I mean, I heard that the Golden Age arc of the manga got a lot of praise from a lot of people. A lot of people really love this manga. They say it's their favorite manga of all time. So after having the deluxe editions on my bookshelf for a long time, I finally just got around to just picking up one of the volumes and start reading. So the first deluxe edition is just basically the Black Swordsman stuff. Berserk's very violent, a very violent series. The main character Guts has a sword that's like huge, like he just carries it around with him, and I don't understand how he carries it because it's so gosh dang huge. I don't even get how he swings it. But so Black Swordsman's arc is a pretty short arc. It's the first introductory arc to Berserk, but it's pretty alright. And then we get into the topic of discussion for today's video, which is the Golden Age. Now, my experience with the Golden Age is I can definitely 100% say that I can see why Berserk is highly revered among manga fans, among anime fans. I can see why so many people like it. But I can definitely say the Golden Age arc of Berserk definitely broke me. And it definitely broke me. So as I said before, Berserk is very violent, but you know, the extreme violence, I'm like slightly desensitized to it because I've played Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat is a very violent video game. So the violence isn't that bad to me. If you're someone who's very faint of heart, it probably would make you throw up at some times. But and I would definitely say I also want to just really talk about the films too, because the films do a very great job of adapting the Golden Age arc of the manga. So two friends of mine who I will keep anonymous for this video, just protect the privacy, they basically have a yearly tradition of just watching all 3 Berserk movies. You know, it's just their annual tradition. Like some people have annual traditions, right? So I decided to join them because, you know, I was reading Berserk, and I watched the first movie, and, you know, the first movie is a very good adaptation of, like, because, you know, the films cut out some stuff. The films cut out Guts' childhood. They cut out, I probably will put a spoiler warning at the very beginning of this video, just in case you are curious about Berserk. Because I will be going over some, I will be spoiling a lot of stuff, but yeah. But back to so the movies do a pretty solid job. They're very well animated, I'd say. They are produced in CG, but the CG is not the same as like the 2016 version of Berserk. The movies actually have better looking CG. I will definitely say that they use CG at times when they don't really need to at some points, but it's still very decent CG. But you know, the movies have to cut out some stuff from the manga just to improve pacing of the films. And I'd say some of the stuff they cut makes sense. You know, you can't have everything for a film. Films can only be so long. But you know, I watched the first movie with them, and you know, the first movie's all right. And then I watched the second movie. Now at this time, I was also reading the manga concurrently. I think I was like on volume. I really want to say volume 7. So that's like the battle for Doldry little section of the manga, like the Doldry. So eventually, I just decided to watch the full second movie, even though it would technically spoil the manga for me. It doesn't really matter. I just wanted to see what the hype was about Berserk. Didn't really matter if I experienced it through the movies or through the manga. So I get to the end of the second movie, and I'm like, okay, well, it's getting more interesting. Now, then we get into the third movie, and the third movie of the Golden Age trilogy is just what broke me. And I'll get into why it broke me towards the end, right? So, the third movie picks up, almost after this, picks up right after the second movie. The third movie doesn't have as much CG. Actually, I don't even think there's that much CG in it at all. Maybe for a few scenes. But the third movie I would say the third movie is actually a little bit faster than the other two movies. But we get to the point where we see Griffith, and the eclipse is about to start, right? And if you're someone who's read Berserk or watched the movies, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm about to get into like how Berserk broke me and why it broke me, right? So when the eclipse happens and then Griffith summons like the gods of the Berserk world, right? It just is such a graphically gory, violent scene, just of like Griffith sacrificing his own men from the Band of the Hawk just so he can become a demon lord, putting the lives of just almost all the people he ever known in danger and killing them, all for the greater glory of himself. It's crazy. Like, I've never seen a character who's ever done that before in a manga or in an anime or even a TV show. Like, I can easily say Griffith is probably one of the most evil people just ever. Just within manga, within anime, just one of the most evil people. Like, especially with how he is in the first two movies and earlier on in the Golden Age arc. Because he seems like a pretty chill type of guy, really happy. But, like, and you could kind of tell that there was something darker about him beneath all that, but you just didn't know how dark, right? And, like, not only is him sacrificing his own men pretty dark and stuff, he puts the life of his, I guess his lieutenant, Guts, like, in danger too, because they have a special relationship, I would say. It's just really, really crazy. Like, what broke me with Berserk, right, is just like the amounts. Not only is it just the normal violence, but it's like the sexual abuse and the sexual violence, because Berserk has a lot of rape scenes in it. Now, I've read manga that have rape scenes before, but Berserk takes it to a whole new level because they'll graphically depict it. Kentaro Miura will go out of his way to just draw just rape in like such a graphic depiction, and it really is just very sickening and just makes me very uncomfortable with reading it. And it's like, and I'm not a victim of sexual abuse at all or sexual assault, but I've had friends whom I will keep anonymous who have been victims. So it kind of just makes me feel like really, really like uncomfortable. And and in the movie it's like so much worse, because it's like in the movie it's just so bad. Like, it's just so graphic, and like, and the thing that I think that broke me with Berserk, right, like, it's just it's like it's just so dark, especially once you get to the end of the Golden Age arc. It's just so dark and so grisly and so gory and bloody. Like the violence is already enough, but once you see Griffith raping Casca in front of Guts, like I just checked out. Like when I was seeing that in the movie, I just kind of checked out. Like it just was too much. Like I don't know. Like I can easily say Berserk is just one of the manga for me that just broke me. It's one of the most darkest, most twisted manga I've read. It's the most graphic, most violent. I don't think there can ever be something like Berserk ever again. Like, and I'm just talking about like in terms of like my own experiences. Like, I don't think I'll ever read a manga more violent than Berserk was, nor do I think I can encounter something that's darker. Because I can easily say wholeheartedly Berserk is the darkest thing I have ever read. It's just so dark and twisted, but you know, I can definitely see why people enjoy the series. You know, Berserk, if I were to give it a letter grade, as I typically do, it's like an A-. Like by the time you get to the end of the Golden Age arc, it's an A-. Like the story, I think the story definitely picks up as you read it more and more, but like some stuff about it just puts me off, and the violence, especially like the sexual violence, just puts me off. But I don't want to rail on the bad sides of Berserk too much, because, like, you know, as I said before, Miura's art is very, very excellent. Like his shading is awesome. Like his line work is beautiful. Like he has some extremely well designed characters. The world, the setting is excellent of Berserk. Like Berserk definitely earns its praise. But I can definitely say, definitely don't think I'll be rereading or rewatching the Golden Age ever. I don't think I'll be continuing on with Berserk after Golden Age, because it was just too much for me personally. But don't let my own opinion dissuade you. I still think Berserk's pretty good. It's just that I just can't do it. I just could not wholeheartedly rewatch or reread the Golden Age arc. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Really this is just a quick off the fly unscripted video, just talking about my experiences with the Golden Age arc of Berserk, and just Berserk in general. Let me know how you feel about the Golden Age arc, if you've read it or watched it with the 3 movies. Like, did you and let me know if you've ever just had a manga or an anime or a TV show where something just kind of like took you out of it because the show was just so over the top, violent, and grisly. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. So I'm Blue Wolf Productions. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Alright guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.